Hello everyone. In continuation with the inverse Laplace transform, I'll be dealing again with the partial fraction method but with the quadratic and distinct factors. Now this part is also I've divided into two parts, which is the part 3a we will be dealing here today with. So by the end of the session, you'll be able to evaluate the inverse Laplace transform using the partial fraction method of quadratic and distinct factors. Let us go for the example 1 upon s to the power 4 minus 81. If you wanted to find out the inverse Laplace transform of this function, then f of s is 1 upon s to the power 4 minus 81, which is now it is a square minus b square, and which has been divided as or the factorized as a square minus a minus b into a plus b, because here it is a square is s to the power 4 and a b square is 81. Again, if you'll observe, this s square minus 9 can also be divided, or you can say the factorized as 1 upon s minus 3 into s plus 3 into s square plus 9. So that means we have got 1, 2, 3 factors in the denominator. Now out of these factors, if you'll observe, this is s to the power 1 minus 3, s to the power 1 plus 3. That means these two factors, they are linear factors. Whereas if you'll observe, we have got it here s square plus 9, and this is known as a quadratic factor. And if you observe, there is no power over here. So if we have a power s square plus 9 the whole square or whole cube, then we can say that they are the repeating factor. Quadratic, but they are repeating factor. Now here it is just to the power 1, therefore it is coming under the category quadratic factors with non-repeated factors, right? Okay, now if you'll observe this again, as I have told you in the first part of partial fraction, that it is a upon s minus 3. That means if I have got a linear, it will give me a constant in the numerator, linear, a constant b over here. But if you'll observe s square plus 9, which is a quadratic, that means the highest degree of this s power is 2, and therefore it will be 2 minus 1, that is a linear, and therefore if you observe, this is cs plus t. So this is what is very important step to note it down whenever it is they are the quadratic factors. So if we have got s square plus 9 as a quadratic factor, whereas in the numerator we will have to go ahead cs plus d. Here what is the difference? It is s minus 3 in the denominator. We have got the numerator as a. Here we have got s square plus 9. We have got the numerator as cs plus d. Suppose for example we have got, I'm just giving an example here. Suppose I have s cube plus suppose 3s square plus s plus 1 as the denominator factor, one of the factor over here. Then what would be at that time? Numerator would be as square plus bs plus capital C. So degree is 3 and we have got unknowns are a, b and c. Similarly, we have got a degree 2. The unknowns are c and d. Here the degree was 1 and unknown is just 1 here. Okay, so it's less 1. I have got to have. Similarly, you can just relate it. This is s square, so it is s to the power 1 as the highest power of s. And here it is s cube, so highest power of this factor in the numerator would be 2. Okay, and then you have to find out a, b and c. So it's something like this. Thus the partial fraction rule will happen. Now we have got it here a upon s minus 3, b upon s plus 3. So this hiding method we can apply it over here because they are the linear factors. So we can find out a and b using the hiding method. Now whenever I'm just suppose I'm just targeting on this first factor, that is s minus 3 first bracket. If it is s minus 3, then what will happen? S minus 3 equals to 0. So s is equals to 3. So I have to put s is equals to 3 everywhere in this 1 upon s minus 3 into s plus 3 into s square plus 9. Everywhere s is equals to 3. So what will happen? It is 1 upon. Whenever I'm putting s is equals to 3, it will not be put in the first bracket, but yes, in the second and the third bracket will be putting s is equals to 3. If we'll put it that in that way, so it is 6 into s square, that is 3 that is 3 square 9, 9 plus 9 will give me 18, and therefore I'll get my capital A as 1 upon 108. So 18 6 are 108. So A is equals to 1 upon 108, the value of A. Similarly, if I wanted to go and find out, so this s plus 3, this bracket, that means the value for b also I can calculate using the heading. So my further values of to calculate c and d would be easy for me. Then I will put s is equals to minus of 3 for this. So if, because it's s plus 3, so s plus 3 equals to 0, so s equals to minus of 3. So I'm putting x is equals to minus 3 everywhere in this expression, except I'll put s is equals to minus 3 in the first. I will not put in the second. I will put it in the third as well. And therefore what will happen here? It is 1 upon, this will give me minus 3, minus 3 will give me minus of 6 into again minus 3 square 9, 9 plus 9 will give me 18, and therefore the b is equals to minus 108, right? And here the c and d, there is no escape actually to go for the traditional method, but yes, definitely I'll give you a very easy and a very compact method so that you will get it, the value of c and d very fast. Okay, now after taking the LCM, after multiplication here in this from the bracket here, taking the LCM here and then cross multiplication, I will get a, I have got s minus 3 in the denominator with a, so s plus 3 and s square plus 9 is missing, so that will come with this a over here. Similarly b, I have got s plus 3 along with b, so what is missing? S minus 3 and s square plus 9 is missing, so b into s minus 3 into s square plus 1, and the last cs plus d is it's there in the denominator as s square plus 9. Out of that s minus 9 3 and s plus 3 is missing. Now this is getting multiplied just to have a compact way. So s minus 3 into s plus 3, which will give me s square minus 9. So I have written, instead of s minus 3 into s plus 3, I have written s square minus 9, just to have this calculations very compact. Okay, and then what will we do? We will just cross multiply all of them and we'll collect the coefficients of s cube, s squared, s and s to the power 0. So instead of constant over here, I have written here s to the power 0, just to have that hierarchy, that is s cube, square, s to the power 1 and s to the power 0. And we have equated this entire thing with equals to 1. Why it equals to 1? Because if you observe, this is equals to 1 over here. Okay, because the numerator for this function is equals to 1. And then we have got this. Now what will we do? We will first try to calculate the value of d, because this is a d which is a constant over here. If you'll observe here in this s square plus 9, the numerator. So this equating the coefficient of s to the power 0. Now this is one of the way. Other ways, you have to find out the coefficients of all of them where this d is lying over here. D is, this is one of the bracket where d is in the here as a constant. Similarly, I have got the second bracket here as 27a plus 27b minus 9d, and here is 3a minus 3b plus d. Okay, so you have got two different ways. Whichever is comfortable for you, just go ahead. I have just explained with s to the power 0, or you can say that equating the coefficients of constant, or you can say the equating the coefficients of constant over here. So suppose what will happen, you can make use of this, and the coefficient of s square is this bracket. What is the coefficient of s square to the LHS side is 0, and you have to equate this with 0, this bracket 3a minus 3b plus d equals to 0, and you can do that also here. That is 27a minus 27b minus 9d equals to 1, because here also we have got a constant as 1. One and the same you will get by both the methods. You will get the same answer, that is d equals to minus 1 by 18. So just you go ahead with these calculations. They are very simple. Just you have to find out the values, because I have got my a with me, I have got my b with us. So what will happen, because of this a and b already present with us, these values are already present with us, it will be easy for you all to get the value of c and d, right? Out of the 4 unknowns, we have already got this a and b in beforehand, so it is easy for you to go ahead with to find out d and c. Okay, so we have got d over here from here. Then if you'll observe, I have got c in two cases. First bracket is this bracket, a plus b plus c is equals to, that is the coefficient of s cube, and another bracket is 9a minus 9b minus 9c, which is a coefficient of s. So if I wanted to have this value over here, so what will I do? I will equate this equals to coefficient of s. What is the value of coefficient of s in the LHS side? We don't have it, so it is, we have to equate it with the 0. If we have to equate again this with 0, because s cube, the coefficient of s cube in the LHS side is not there, so we have to again equate it with 0 because we don't have the coefficient of s cube in the LHS side, and therefore a plus b plus c is equals to 0. We have got a with us, b with us, c we can find it out very easily, and the value of c is equals to 0. So we have got a, b, c and d. Take these values, put it in the bracket, in the f of s, you will get as 1 upon 108, 1 upon s minus 3 plus minus 1 upon 108 into 1 upon s plus 3 plus minus 1 upon 18 into s 1 upon s square plus 9, and then just apply the Laplace inverse, apply the linearity property. Because of the linearity property, 1 upon 108 minus 1 upon 108 and minus 1 upon 18 will come out of this L inverse operator, and you will remain here with this. Now L inverse of 1 upon s minus 3, and it is nothing but e to the power 3t, 1 upon s plus 3 Laplace inverse is e to the power minus 3t, and this is nothing but 1 upon 3, right? 1 upon 3 into sine of 3t. So we have already got minus 1 upon 18 over here. So again into 1 by 3 will be there. So it's minus 1 upon 54 will come here as the answer at the end, right? So very simple, provided you should be able to calculate this a and b beforehand. For this, how to calculate this a and b in detail, again I have explained in the part 1 where for the distinct and linear factors. Just you can refer that as well. Okay, next example is s plus 4 upon s into s plus 1, s minus 1 into s square plus 4. Just we are doing it the same thing here. Again it is s minus 1, s square plus 4. According to the previous the explanation what I have given, a, b and c, s plus d we have written. Now I can calculate the value of a and I can calculate the value of b using the hiding method because they are the linear factors, and therefore what we will do, we will calculate this in beforehand. We'll say that this is for s. So what is this? S is equals to 0. If I'll put s is equals to 0 in numerator denominator, I'm going to get it here 4 upon. Now I will put s is equals to 0 not in the first, that is s. So that is why I'm calling this as a hiding method. I'll put it here also, I'll put it here also. So what is this? If I put s is equals to 0, it's minus 1 into 4. That will give me a is equals to minus of 1, right? And if I wanted to go and calculate this s b value, that is s minus 1. So s minus 1 equals to 0, that is s is equals to plus 1. So if I'm putting s is equals to plus 1 over here, numerator denominator, so what is the numerator will give me? Numerator will give me 5 upon, because I'm putting s is equals to 1. I will put it here. I will not put it here. I will put it here. That means I have, out of this 3, s minus 1 and s square plus 1 plus 4, I have equals to 1 in the second bracket, that is s minus 1, because otherwise it will go to infinity. And therefore it is 5 upon 1 into 5, which will give me the value of b as equals to 1. So I've got the value of a, I've got the value of b. Similarly, we can go and get the value of c and d. Okay, now we have got this is s plus 4 over here. This is s. Because of this sign, I think it's not visible over here. Let me just write down here. It is s plus 4 over here. S plus 4 as the LHS side, and then this is the another part LHS of this particular equation. Okay, so here again this the same thing. S is there in the denominator with a. So what is not there? S minus 1 and s square plus 4. So I have got it into multiplication. It's just taking LCM and cross multiply. So b s into s square plus 4. And cs plus d is s into s minus 1. Then again we have collected, we have cross multiplied, opened the bracket, and we have got the coefficient of s cube, s square, s and s to the power 0, that is a constant. Then what is to be done? We have to calculate c and d. We have to calculate c and d. So we have got c. Suppose we have wanted to go and calculate the c. C I have got it here and c I have got it here. But I cannot make use of this because this d is unknown for me. Now I have no choice here because d is unknown for me right now. So I cannot go for this particular bracket. I have to go and make use of this s cube, the coefficient of s cube, that is a plus b plus c. Okay, now in the LHS side I have got just s plus 4. I don't have s cube. So I have to take s cube, the coefficient of s cube in the RHS side as 0, and therefore a plus b plus c is equals to 0. I know I am aware of B A, I'm aware of B, I will get my C as 0. So I'll be getting it C equals to 0 over here, right? Then now I've got the C. I need to calculate D. I have got, now I have got it two ways. First, I can go for this. I can go for this also, because A, B is also known, D is unknown. A and C is known, D is unknown. So what will I do here? I can go by any method. For this particular example, I'm going ahead with the coefficient of S. So if coefficient of S, I'm equating it. So what is the coefficient of S over here is equals to 1, because it's S plus 4. So coefficient here is I equals to 1 over here. Therefore 1 is equals to 4a plus 4b minus d, and therefore d equals to minus of 1. And putting this value, so I have got C, I have got D equals to minus of 1. Take these values, put it in f of s, we will get it as f of s as minus 1 by s plus 1 upon s plus 1 minus 1 upon s square plus 4. And therefore applying the Laplace inverse, the answer is this. So because Laplace inverse of 1 by s is minus of 1. Laplace inverse of 1 upon s plus 1 is e to the power t. And Laplace inverse of 1 upon s square plus 4 is 1 by 2 times sine of 2t. And this is what is the final answer for this particular question. Very simple, provided you should have these methods very thorough in your mind, and you can just get the values, and the value should be correct. Okay, yeah. And then this is the self-observation slide along with the three questions, along with the three answers of them. Yeah, I think it's done from my side for this particular session. Thank you. Happy learning.